Let's kick things off with Amnesia the Bunker. Imagine waking up in a cramped underground bunker with no clue how you got there. It's like a nightmare you can't escape. Amnesia the Bunker is a survival horror game set during World War I. You play as Henri Clement, a French soldier trapped in a bunker. You're armed with a flashlight that flickers like it's about to give up, and a revolver with limited bullets. The stress of hearing your own footsteps, distant growls, and the creaking of the bunker is terrifying. And the worst part is you never know where the danger will pop up. It could be behind you, in front of you, anywhere. The first time it popped up, my heart almost jumped out of my chest. The feeling of being alone in a dark bunker is a truly terrifying experience. Amnesia the Bunker is a great game and definitely worth checking out. This game has one of the most horrifying atmospheres. Set in Italy during the 1980s, you play as a detective investigating the mysterious disappearance of a doctor from a psychiatric hospital. The investigation takes you to the doctor's creepy house, and from the moment you step inside, you can feel the tension. The storyline is engaging, and I found myself getting more and more curious about the dark secrets hidden within the house. It's a mix of exploration, stealth, and survival, which keeps things interesting. I had to be really careful and pay attention to every detail to find clues and avoid threats. The attention to detail is incredible, and the game does a fantastic job of recreating the look and feel of the 1980s. The visuals, inspired by classic Italian horror films, add to the creepy atmosphere. The game uses jump scares and a haunting atmosphere, and the possession system, where the house itself seems to turn against you, kept me constantly on edge, making every moment tense and unpredictable. Here, we relive the story of a painter who's trying to finish his masterpiece. As you wander through his Victorian mansion, you start uncovering dark secrets about his past. The story unfolds like peeling back layers of an onion, each one revealing more about his descent into madness. The house itself is almost like a character in the game, constantly changing and keeping you on your toes. This creates a sense of disorientation and surprise, making the experience even more immersive. Unlike other games, Layers of Fear focuses more on atmosphere and storytelling. The game has dark, moody lighting and detailed environments filled with creepy paintings and unsettling imagery that change as you progress, making you question what's real and what's not. If you enjoy games that focus on atmosphere and storytelling, Layers of Fear is definitely worth checking out. As a horror fan, I had a great time playing this game. You start your journey in a creepy suburban home that used to be full of life, but is now filled with dark secrets and tragic memories. Your wife left her plane tickets somewhere, and she asked you to find them for her. The moment I stepped inside, I got this weird feeling. The house is pitch black, and the only sounds are my footsteps echoing, unexplained noises, locked doors in my own home, lights flickering on and off. As you explore, you find letters, diaries, and mementos that slowly reveal the heartbreaking story of the family that lived there. Using the Unreal Engine, the house looks incredibly real, with dynamic lighting and shadows. The ambient sounds, creaking floors, and sudden noises kept me on edge the whole time. When I heard about the remake, I was both excited and apprehensive. The first game is a masterpiece in every way, and I'm well aware of EA's reputation for single-player games. However, it seems they've done a fantastic job with this remake. Motive Studios has meticulously rebuilt the USG Ishimura, imbuing it with a tangible sense of dread and isolation. The visual fidelity is exceptional, and the audio design is truly immersive. The necromorphs remain as terrifying as ever, and the dismemberment mechanics are as satisfying as they were in the original. While the core narrative remains intact, there have been subtle enhancements to character development and world building. The gameplay has been refined, offering a more fluid and engaging experience. It's a fantastic reimagining of a classic game and a must-play for both old and new fans of the series. This game requires a microphone to play. It's called Don't Scream, where your main goal is to survive for 18 minutes without screaming. Sounds simple, right? But here's the twist. Time only moves when you do, and if you scream, you have to start over. Every step is like walking on eggshells. It was one of the most intense experiences I've ever had. The game doesn't have a traditional storyline. Instead, it drops you into a creepy forest called Pineview Forest. The mechanic makes the game incredibly personal and nerve-wracking. The game is stunning. Built with Unreal Engine 5, the graphics are super realistic. The developers went for a 90s camcorder found footage style, which adds a nostalgic yet eerie feel to the whole experience. The forest is dark and atmospheric, filled with shadows and creepy details. The scares are procedural, meaning they can happen at any time and are different each playthrough. I spent a wonderful time playing Dredge, and the game is ideal for those who want to play at their own pace and explore the world around them. You start off as a fisherman who arrives in a remote archipelago to take up a job. At first, everything seems pretty normal, but things quickly get eerie, especially at night. You start seeing ghost ships, sea monsters, and all sorts of supernatural stuff. As you explore, you find messages in bottles that tell a tragic story about a newlywed couple and a mysterious casket dredged from the sea. During the day, the seascapes are serene and beautiful, but at night, everything gets dark, foggy, and downright terrifying. The ambient sounds, the creaking of your boat, and the unsettling noises at night all contribute to the feeling of dread and paranoia. If you're into spooky stuff, but don't want to jump out of your seat every 5 minutes, Dredge is the perfect game for you. Like the first one, I would say this one is even better. I especially appreciate the balance between story beats, enemy encounters, and puzzles. Having played the first game, it definitely has more polish than its predecessor. The game uses the Unity engine to create detailed environments and realistic lighting, making the haunted university feel incredibly immersive and eerie. The transitions between cutscenes and gameplay are seamless. The game is set at Wenhua University in Taiwan, which is famous for its creepy ghost stories. You get to play as 4 different characters, each with their own perspective, as they explore the haunted campus. The story starts with a group of students from the film club who decide to shoot a horror movie in the spooky Da Ren building. But as they dig deeper, they uncover a dark conspiracy and face some seriously terrifying supernatural events. The Evil Within is a survival horror game directed by Shinji Mikami, the creator of Resident Evil. The story revolves around a detective named Sebastian Castellanos, who starts off investigating a gruesome mass murder at Beacon Mental Hospital. The story gives you bits and pieces to solve while keeping its mysteries close. The game has really nice lighting, particles, and dynamic shadows. The gameplay is third-person shooter with an emphasis on action and some stealth mixed in. This means you have to be really strategic about when to fight and when to run. There are also puzzles and traps that you need to figure out. Supplies like ammo and health items are super rare, so you have to scavenge for them. The backroom setting is something I've always found creepy, so I had high hopes. Honestly, I was pretty disappointed. Don't get me wrong, the graphics are top-notch. The way they captured the endless, monotonous look of the backrooms is spot on. It really drew me in. The graphics are incredible. The backroom setting looks super realistic and creepy. Each level has its own unique atmosphere, from the dark, claustrophobic hallways to the more open, unsettling spaces. That being said, there were barely any jump scares or moments that truly made me feel scared. To top it off, the game is buggy and doesn't run smoothly at all. When I compare it to other horror games I've played, Room 231 just doesn't hold up. It feels like a missed opportunity. The gameplay itself wasn't terrible. Exploring the different levels, figuring out puzzles, and trying to survive. I spent a lot of time wandering around, looking for items and figuring out how to use them. It was okay, but it didn't make up for the lack of scares or the technical issues. Room 231 had the potential to be a truly terrifying experience, but it fell short, leaving me more frustrated than frightened. That wraps up our list of 10 horror games that everyone should experience at least once. We know there are many other terrifying titles out there, and we couldn't include them all in one video. It was tough picking just 10, so if we missed any of your favorite horror games, let me know in the comments below. And if you've played any of these, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more game recommendations, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.